You've seen this before. It's Soul Ring. You pay 1 generic mana, you put down a rock that produces 2 colorless mana. It is by all measures a very good card. You do be playing it. Up until recently, I did be playing it. I had Soul Ring in most of my decks. For context, in paper, I currently own 15 decks. And before I made this change, Soul Ring was in probably about 11 of them. There were some exceptions like my Grenzo deck that has 69 creatures in it and 34 lands. But mostly for me, I had heard the arguments against Soul Ring, and I disagreed. I was a Soul Ring enjoyer. Today, I'm going to recap what those arguments were, give you my thoughts on them all, and let you all know what it was that in the end convinced me to cut Soul Ring. Okay, so number 1. This is realistically a non-argument. It's price / accessibility. I don't know much about the price history of Soul Ring. I'm sure some of you can tell me what it was like before 2011 when they started to print it in every precon, but actually you don't need to because they did do that. So yeah, this isn't number 1 on the list, call it number 0, because they did that and they fixed the problem. Other prices of fast mana, they didn't fix this problem. They're restrictively expensive. So what's my reaction to this number 0 on this list? Yeah, it's fine. I just play it. I'd play it. I would play that. You can play it. I don't know why I'm bringing this up. Why did I? Okay, so number 1 for real this time, take 2. It can make for non-games. Turn 1 Soul Ring for 1 player in the pod can lead to some really unbalanced and sometimes unfun games of Commander. Okay, so let's talk about some numbers right here. If you play turn 1, 1 land pass, and I play turn 1, 1 land, 1 Soul Ring pass, on your turn 2, if we play this imaginary game like every turn a player puts down an untapped land and no one ever misses a land drop, then on your turn 2, you have access to 2 mana. On my turn 2, I have access to 4 mana, so that's a difference of 2 more than you.
Wow.
But what's the big deal here? If I play Dark Ritual, I gain access to 2 extra mana and that's not game breaking at all. Well, the difference is in the name. The ritual lasts 1 turn, and we're not talking about the difference of a single turn. So let's see what happens if we play out some more turns. Turn 3, you have 3 mana, I have 5. Okay, that's still just a difference of 2 mana. Turn 4, same thing, 4 versus 6. But the thing is, that's 2 mana on turn 2, and 2 mana on turn 3, and 2 mana on turn 4, and 5, and pretty soon we're talking about a difference of 16 mana. If I told you that a player at my table produced 16 more mana than me, and that player won the game, you would not be shocked by that. But if I told you that that player paid 1 mana to do that, you might have a different perspective. Yeah, okay, so that's point number 1, for real this time. And what's my reaction to that? Yeah, nah, it's still fine. When I had enough Commander experience to see that this actually did play out this way, and for context, I'm a relatively new player actually, I could see the arguments against it, and I could see the attitude that Wizards stands behind. It's fine to have 1 piece of fast mana floating around in casual games, because it will lead to not very many of those kinds of games. It will be a sometimes problem. The real out I was giving myself, and I applied this to myself, I didn't expect my opponents to do the same, was when I drew Soul Ring in an opening hand, I just put it back in the middle of the deck and I drew something else. This is a kind of mulligan that I've seen the Command Zone people talk about, and to be honest, I wish it was more popular, but that let me keep giving myself an out for Soul Ring, which meant I got to keep my Soul Ring. Okay. Point 2. Everyone else is playing Soul Ring, therefore I have to play Soul Ring. Look, I'm not a biblical person, but I am gonna hit you with the do unto others as you'd have them do to you. You know what I'm saying? So this thing, I don't like this attitude. I don't agree with this attitude, but does it move the needle in either direction for me? No, it doesn't. I think that argument is stupid, but I'm already keeping all my Soul Rings, so that kind of just doesn't matter. And actually, I think I got confused because that's an argument for Soul Ring. Point 3! Homogeneity! Okay, so the argument goes, if every single deck has a copy of Soul Ring, well then Commander is 98 cards plus your Commander. Oh boy. Okay, so 98 cards plus 1 Commander for 4 players at the table, and when someone wins, everyone pulls out a different set of 98 cards, plus one commander, and again, that's per player, so that's a unique set of 396 cards per game. Yeah, have you played the other formats? They have like 4 copies of the same card. Yeah, Commander is not homogeneous. I'm sorry you feel that way, but your feelings are tricking you. You're incorrect. Next argument. Number 4. Okay, this is an argument that I came up with for my own deck building practices, and it still didn't convince me to take out Sol Ring. It's the non-synergy argument. And it goes like this. I'm going to use Rhystic Study as an example. If I have a Rhystic Study in a deck that cares about creatures, or maybe creatures attacking, or making creature tokens, if I have all my synergies focused around those things, which actually, that's a lot of my decks, having an enchantment that draws me cards when my opponents don't pay a tax is not going to synergize with anything in my deck. If my deck doesn't care about card draw, if my commander doesn't trigger whenever I draw a card, if I'm not in card draw tribal, then Rhystic Study will never trigger any of my permanents. Now, please don't straw man me here. I'm not saying, nor will I ever say, that Rhystic Study is a bad card. It's not. It's a really good card. But the way I build decks now, because this is what I think is the most fun in Magic, a completely subjective idea, is I synergy max the absolute hell out of my decks. If there is a worse enchantment that will draw me cards, but it can trigger my commander, I'm going to choose that over Rhystic Study. And you can call that stupid, and I don't even disagree with that. But stupid is as stupid does, ma'am. And yet still, I kept Sol Ring in my decks. I took out Smothering Tides and Esper Sentinels and Paths to Exile, but I kept Sol Rings, because Sol Ring was just too good to be cut. It didn't synergize with any of my decks. None of them. None of them cared about having a 1-drop artifact that produced colorless mana at all. Outside of, it's stupid good at casting stuff. But it stayed. And you can see that in my published version of my Stefan deck list. There is a Sol Ring in that list. You can go to that link today and the Sol Ring will still be there. So what the fuck made me cut Sol Ring? Well, number 5. It was slow at first. It kept on creeping up on me, but after the bracket system was introduced, the way I thought about what my decks should look like an ever-shifting landscape, it just kept changing. And eventually, and I'm gonna get to this, I got to the point where I cut a whole bunch of Sol Rings. It was real slow at first, but this is where it started. In casual conversation, my friend Macy dropped the idea that Sol Ring should be a game changer. And I'm sure that there are some people listening to this right now who just had the same reaction that I had to that idea. You recoiled a little bit. It struck you as not quite right. You're like me. I was you. Why would it be a game changer? And let me just say, the way I treat game changers, and this is for me personally, I know this is not the point of the list. I don't want to push this idea on anybody else. I am fine with everybody else not playing this way, but the way I treat game changers is like a soft ban list. There are currently 2 game changers that I play in bracket 3, and those are Field of the Dead in my 5-color deck and Jeska's Will in my Cast from Exile deck. And that's it. I'm aware you're allowed 3, I'm very aware of that, but both of those I'm a little like, nah, they should be off the list, you know what I mean? At this point, if Sol Ring was to be made a game changer, so many of my decks would be running an extra game changer, and again, that's like, not something I'm interested in, man. I don't want to run game changers. My decks are good enough. They win without those cards. I don't like Smothering Tithe. I don't run Rhystic Study. I don't own Necropotence. I don't like those cards. I don't want to use those cards. But actually, you know what? I do own this one list that was always supposed to be like my most powerful deck. Like, I guess it should be, now that these brackets are a thing, my singular bracket 4 deck that I own. But realistically, if it's going to be my bracket 4 deck, I think I actually should put Game Changers in it because it doesn't have any. So, yeah. Like, I'm so okay with playing Game Changers in bracket 4 because that's the point. There's a place for that. So, yeah, I own a Smothering Tithe because I took it out of a deck at one point, and an Enlightened Tutor, and actually even a Teferi's Protection. And I could put those in that deck. But that's like only 3 Game Changers, and so that could still be bracket 3. Okay, so I'll get some more Game Changers. Alright, but what other Game Changers am I gonna get? Okay, yeah. I'm gonna get an Orcish Bowmasters for this deck. Yeah, that's sick. And yeah, I use Field of the Dead, so let's chuck that in. And this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna have one big splashy bracket 4 deck. Like, fuck it, I'm gonna get a Necropotence. I can get a Necropotence if I wanna. I can have a little Necropotence as a treat. But you know what I would really like? You know what would be so sick? And I don't own this shit, but it would be some fast mana, man. Like, it's super appropriate to go off with fast mana in bracket 4. Like Ancient Tomb and Chrome Mox and Mox Diamond, you know? But, like, those are expensive. I can't afford those at all, really. Maybe Necropotence, but not, that is too much money, man. So I guess, oh, hang on. Oh, but I do own this one piece of fast mana actually, and it's Soul Ring. And Soul Ring is just like those cards? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I get it. Oh, I get it now. Fuck. Oh, I'm gonna treat Soul Ring like a game changer. Like, it's like one of those cards. Yeah, it's just like those cards. Oh, wow, I'm gonna take Soul Ring out of all of my decks. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm gonna play it in bracket 4, because it's so appropriate in bracket 4. Yeah, Strafan. Yeah, I'm gonna swap the Soul Ring and put in fucking Black Market Connections, you know? Because I'm replacing Ramp with Ramp, but it's also card draw, and it can also make a vampire, and it's also dealing me damage, which Strafan cares about, and that's fucking synergy maxing, man. That's what I was born to do. Faldorn, I'm gonna take that Soul Ring out, and I would put in Exploration, but actually I don't want to pay that much. Yeah, I'm getting a Necropotence side, I'm not getting the Exploration. Instead, I'm gonna get an Exploration Brood Ship, because Faldorn can really easily crew this on turn 3, and then when I start exiling a bunch of lands, I can play 1 extra per turn, and Faldorn can turn those into wolves, which is sick. And you know what? I like that idea a lot more than I like Soul Ring, actually. My Tariel list, Tariel is 7 mana, so yeah, I think I might keep that one. Well, not that artwork. Yeah. Can you show like something else, Lucas? Yeah, that's fine. I don't fucking know. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, this is gonna be my 1 bracket 3 deck with Soul Ring. And I have 1 bracket 4 deck with it. And for me, with these sensibilities of mine, that feels about right. Because there can be exceptions to every rule. And now, you, dear viewer, can treat Soul Ring how you see fit. Because they're your decks, and you get to decide what goes in them. If you want to start treating it like it's a game changer, then I support that. Soul Ring. If you play 3 game changers in bracket 3, then that's fine. That's your decision to make. But are you gonna tally up Soul Ring in amongst that count now? I don't know. They're your Soul Rings. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm really not. Like, you don't get to tell me what to do. Fucking ever. Fucking ever, man. You do not get to tell me what to fucking do. And that goes both ways. So here we are. Soul Ring, Soul Ring, Soul Ring. Lucas. What's going on, bud? You didn't change the little Soul Ring there, man. You didn't. Out of Soul Rings? I don't think that's right, Lucas. There's literally 50 of them. There's 50 Soul Rings, Lucas. You might have to double check. Have a look in the back. They like definitely they've released a secret layer in the time it took you to edit this video, right? Fucking, I don't know, dude. Use the gay Sonic one again, I think. Or is it more like bisexual colors? I don't care. The video's almost fucking over. Anyway, I've been Clancy, probably. For fuck's sake. You should unsubscribe from this channel. And on the following platforms, as of now, Twitter, Blue Sky, etc., you can unfollow me there as well. You can unfollow me on all that shit, including Patreon. You can now pledge your money to me and then take it away, which is just great. Oh man, I'm worked up. I just put out an extremely cool Avatar Roku deck list over there. So check that out if you want to support. And leave the opposite of a like on this video. I don't know, whatever that is. These visuals are by Rubbed Genie. You can follow him on Instagram. Follow, not unfollow. Go follow him. Do it now. And if you watch this whole video, you are my boyfriend now.